Wait, we didn't even talk about how that snake was like coming at me. Did I run behind you? I can't even remember.
Pretty much.
I kind of blacked out. I was really scared.
Houston, we have a problem. I got poison ivy. Itchy, itchy mess.
Hunting here is so hard.
Hi friends. So let me just recap for my own brain. I went out and I scouted and some things really started to click in terms of what I need to look for in the landscape here that is like good deer habitat. And then I went out and I hunted this morning, not at the crack of dawn, but still early, and I saw a deer. I had a buck within 50 yards. So basically, I'm trying to decide whether I should ride this wave of discovering new things or if I shouldn't. I probably just should. We officially have a homeowner problem. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you what's going on. I discovered this today, but I started noticing it like 2 days ago. So here in the bathroom, in the corner, okay, I think we can all tell what's going on here. There's some water damage. Nick started to like pry into the wall, which is why there's a hole there now. But the only reason why he could pry into it is because it's soft. And I started noticing that like 2 days ago. And then today when I got back from hunting, I was like, I got out of the shower and I was like, oh no. Like it was wet to the touch, but nothing else around it was wet. Like the floor wasn't wet. So I know it wasn't splashing from the outside. We've got a leak, people. So I'm trying to decide, can I go out for a morning hunt and get back here in time to be here for the plumber? Or should I hunt and just have Nick be here for the plumber? We have so many rabbits in the yard and this girl is working a double overtime shift. Look at her, she's about to clock in right now for her late night critter control shift. Update on Nick's arrows. He was fletching these and cutting them and putting them together in the last video, and he just finished them and they look good. These are Bloodsport Onyx, 350 spine, 004 straightness, and 10.2 grains per inch. They have this white indicator that is so you can see if you got blood on your arrow, like what kind of blood. It helps you figure out, did you gut shot the deer? Did you shoot it in the lungs, etc. And we've got the QuickFletch on the end. Are these the nocks that the arrows came with? Mm. Have you put it on your string yet? Like how do they fit? You haven't tried it yet? No. They look like they'll be good.
I'll shoot it tomorrow.
Yeah. Very nice, sir. Did a good job. And just when I thought it was sleepy time, I remembered mosquitoes. This is Permethrin, and it's a clothing or fabric treatment that will help keep the bugs off me. So I'm gonna spray my pants and my shirt, my boots. After being out there today, I'm really, really excited that I'm treating this. Like, I'm so tired right now, but I don't even care. It's worth it to treat this tonight so that it can be dry by tomorrow morning. The grossest part about this, my pants and my shirt are the same pants and shirt that I wore yesterday while I was hunting. But now they're treated with permethrin, so at least I won't get bit by as many mosquitoes. Alright, it is another day of hunting here in South Florida. I need to go through my bag, just make sure everything's organized. I think I did a pretty good job of getting organized before I left yesterday, like left the woods, but like, okay. It's like, here's my release. I'm gonna make sure I know where everything's at. You know what I forgot that I had yesterday? I have a grunt tube. I could have grunted at that bug. So I'll still be walking in when it's relatively light, just because I'm not completely comfortable here yet to walk in the dark, like complete dark, just because I'm going through so much water. I don't know what the deal with reptiles is. I don't know. I'm just taking baby steps. I'm earlier than I was yesterday, but I'm not as early as I would be in Pennsylvania. You know, it's baby steps. She had to be thinking this is where rednecks come from. It's like my skincare routine. Today is not going as planned. The deer was supposed to walk out at 8 a.m. and I was supposed to shoot him. There are trails all through here. This is by far the most deer sign I've seen anywhere in Florida. Such a good trail. I must say, the Quigley does quite the work. This van was converted to a 4x4, if you didn't know. And I literally don't think about where I go or where I take it, because it's exactly like as if I had my truck, my old F-150. Oh, I consider myself a pretty solid whitetail hunter, and hunts like today just like knock you in the dirt, you know? Because I'm constantly putting myself in situations where I'm new. I've never hunted whitetail in Florida before, and I'm dealing with a lot of those same feelings of like, today, for example, was it the wind? Was I making too much noise on my way in? That, I don't know, it could be so many things. Were the deer just not there? I know better, but if I was new, I might be like, I'm never going back to that spot. But experienced me says, the sign is there. You saw the deer yesterday. The deer are there. I purposefully fill a Yeti up with ice water just so when I get back to the van, I can enjoy iced cold water after a long, hot, boring hunt. I saw a giant hog. Oh, just like that. How'd you disappear so fast? We're hunting in the morning, and then I'm headed to the DMV to get my license changed. And I've had to wait like 2.5 weeks, I think, for this appointment. They won't just let you show up. You have to actually make an appointment. So I can't miss it. And it's at 2:15. So we're gonna get in the woods super early tomorrow morning, like complete darkness, we're gonna be in a tree. It'll be my first proper hunt in Florida. Every other hunt has been late, but for good reason, because I'm, figuring areas out. But tomorrow, I'll have a guest. Nick's coming with me. The girl's not, although if she could, she would. I got poison ivy. I never get poison ivy, ever. I've never had it. And here in Florida, apparently there's a species of some kind of plant that's like a poison ivy, and I got it. Itchy, itchy mess. Very itchy, very itchy. And a couple little bumps popping up on my legs, and I'm just praying that it doesn't pop up on my face, because I've been itching this stuff like crazy, and I don't know if it's like the spreading kind. I don't know what it does. I've never had this before. And I don't feel like Googling it, so we're finding out together as we go in real life. I checked HuntWise to see what the wind's doing, and the wind is cooperating for us based on where that buck came out of the cypress. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you bright and early. Well, good morning. Whew. Oh, Curly's hungry. You need food, baby? I'd rate last night's sleep a 5 out of 10, and the itchiness of poison ivy a 7 out of 10. Ooh. Nick told me it would get worse before it gets better, and it's definitely getting itchy. All right, we are loaded up. Double the boots, double the sticks, double the bows. Game cart this time. We're ready. Can you hear the slushing? There's way more water in here than there's been any other time that I've been in here. I'm talking like an extra 6 to 8 inches of water out of nowhere in spots that were bone dry before. Only marsupial in North America, and they eat ticks. Don't be spooked, buddy. We're thankful for you.
It's so different knowing which sounds to key in on. At home, the ridges and the oak flats and the laurel. Oh, there's a big owl. I know what noises to key in on. If I hear that specific cadence, I know it's a deer. Here, there's so much water, palmetto, cypress, sand, so everything just makes a different noise. And I haven't figured out yet which animal makes which noise, in which type of brush they're walking through. It's really interesting.
This is not getting any better. It is so gross. A lot of people started DMing me with things that they recommend and to prevent it from spreading, and I need to read through them because I'm screwed. This morning, Nick and I got choked out by water in a spot that I wanted to hunt, which is a very common thing in Florida because the water fluctuates so much, not only from rainfall, but also from how the water is managed in Florida and how that affects the ecosystem and particularly the Everglades. It's like, it's a very hot topic. And now that we're Florida residents, it's something that is more important to me for sure. And something that I need to really learn and understand the ins and outs of, because I think it's easy to only see one side of something without really investigating it so that you can understand both. You know what I mean? So Nick and I came up with a plan on how to combat the water, and I'm gonna try it out right now. It was actually his idea. I think he saw someone else do it in a video, right? Dun-da-da. Ooh, the hot garage. My beautiful hunting gear. Some of you may have noticed I've been wearing black pants. I straight up just forgot to pack additional hunting gear whenever we drove back from Pennsylvania to Florida because I'd been hunting turkey here. So in my brain, I had hunting gear here. Let's see. Our plan is to use contractor bags as waders for the sections that are too deep with water. Well, good morning. Oh, I'm having deja vu. Hold on. Nick and I are about to head into the woods for some deer hunting. I'm determined to just get to the spot today. And even if I'm soaking wet swimming with the alligators, I just want to get there. Speaking of water. Sweet girl. Sweet girl. Oh, she tilts her head back. I stepped in Abby's dog yesterday as I was loading up the van. So now my Crocs are covered in dog poop and I haven't cleaned them yet, so I have to wear different slides. So this is unusual for me in the morning, but I'm drinking an energy drink. You girls, I'm a little chest up, which is exactly what I need. Because after the last few days of morning hunts, it begins to wear on you. But not right now, I'm feeling good. The permethrin did a noticeably great job of keeping mosquitoes from biting me. All right, enough talking. We gotta get out there.
Probably the bedded deer. Oh. Yeah, the bedded deer. You see it?
You're right, it's a toe. I saw two eyeballs, and I thought coyote or bobcat, which would have ran away, of course. It's a bedded toe. Can't believe I haven't seen or heard anything yet. I thought this place would be crawling with deer first thing in the morning. I mean, we did see the bedded doe. I know we're not far off. right, I'm strapped up. Let's go find Nick. See if he saw anything. How was your hunt?
Didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything either. I've got 2 spots that I want to explore on the way out because I feel like we're close, but clearly like they're not walking through here regularly, and I have 2 spots that will pass on our way out that I want to see. Wait, we didn't even talk about how that snake was like coming at me. Did you see it when it was coming at me? So I didn't even get to explain this to you yet. So as I was walking, it popped up like over here on my right, and it swam towards me over to the left, and then I backed up. Did I run behind you? I can't even remember.
Pretty much.
I kind of blacked out. I was really scared. You know, it's funny. On day 1, my first time trekking through the water, I was so nervous and so just like, it freaked me out a lot. It gave me like the heebie-jeebies. I didn't like it at all. And now I feel like a seasoned pro. I'm walking next to water moccasins. Not happily, but I don't know. It's just already so normal to me to be trekking through the water. It's really cool. That's a scouting mission. Oh, I bet that's fresh.
Probably.
Yeah, that looks fresh to me. Nice. So there was just a doe that popped up maybe 25 yards from where we were walking, and she jumped and ran higher than I've ever seen deer jump. It was so small. I almost thought it was a fawn. Well, good morning. Nick and I are headed out for a morning hunt. Public land, Florida. I ended up going to like a Med Express last night to get some help for my poison ivy because it's gotten so bad on my wrist, and it's been a week since I first initially got it, and it's spreading and popping up everywhere. I have some spots that are popping up on my neck, on my chin. I was holding off on going and getting any help just because that's how I am, but I'm glad I did because last night was like the most uncomfortable I've been from it, and hopefully like everything will start kicking in and then it'll start getting better. I just realized that it wasn't getting any better on its own. I'm a first timer here, so I don't really know. The way that Florida's weather works in the summertime and in the like this early stage of fall, it is beautiful every single morning. Every evening it pours rain and there's thunder and lightning. So there's not even an option to hunt. It's not just like, oh, it's raining, you know, get out in the rain. It's dangerous to be out there because of the lightning. So morning hunts are where it's at in Florida because of the weather. It's pretty wild. I'm gonna do one of these. As I'm walking through this water, I'm trying to go a little slower and just be a little more aware of snakes. Ever since that water moccasin incident, I don't have snake boots yet, so I gotta take it slow and be a little more cautious for myself. Dude, hunting here is so hard. I couldn't get to where I wanted to go because there was too much water. I don't know if you can hear, but I think there are swamp buggies all around me, which is fine. It's actually kind of cool. I wish I was in a swamp buggy. I feel like I need to switch up the strategy. I need to get some cameras out, which may or may not get stolen. And I need to do more scouting. I think coming in and sitting in random spots while It's really good to observe an area. I think I need to do a little more groundwork before I spend more than a hunt in an area, you know what I mean? Houston, we have a problem. So it's gotten worse since this morning. This thing is so uncomfortable. I feel like I got bit by a zombie and I'm on The Walking Dead, and it just keeps growing and my arm is like dying off. It's spreading like all throughout my torso, and now it's all over my neck and it's on my chin, and there you go, first little bit on my face, and I don't think it's gonna stop. So I got the shot in my butt yesterday, and then all this happened. So clearly it's not helping, because this was not here yesterday like this. And then I'm now taking like steroid pills, and I've got some hydrocortisone that I'm putting on it to help me stop itching it. I was itching this morning while I was saddle hunting, and I don't think I was doing it super aggressively, but it would itch and I would itch it, and now it looks like this. So I know now for sure that it's my own fault that it is growing at the rate that it's growing. I didn't really listen because I was like, it's not that bad. Like, I don't know why people get all crazy about this, but now I understand because I'm really living it now. Oh boy. Look at this girl. We're thinking about getting another one. I think we want 2 dogs. 2 girls, huh? We got the space for it. She loves Nick's family's dog and pretty much hates every other dog. So I feel like if we got her a sister, she'd be really spiteful at first. She'd be so mad. And then once she realized that it was like her little friend to boss around, then I think she'd be pretty excited, but it would take a while. Ooh. Big lizard. Okay, funny story. One time, I watched this very lizard. We should name him because he lives here. He's here all the time. I watched him eat one of the smaller lizards. Like, so savage. Huh. Yeah, you're a savage, boy. Eventually, I'm gonna have raised garden beds up here, so I'll be able to hunt for my food and grow my food and forage for my food. It's so cool. Well, hello. Actually doesn't look that bad right now, although it feels just about as worse as it's ever felt. I was not able to hunt today because my poison ivy has gotten so bad. I think I could have prevented a lot of this discomfort that I'm feeling. It is all over my hips and up on my stomach, onto my back, it's on my legs, it's on both of my arms. It's all over my neck, and now moving up to my face. I feel like I need to take care of myself. So I'm putting a little pause on things for the moment, although I don't think it'll be too long before I'm literally back in the saddle, continuing to hunt, because we only have a couple weeks left in Florida before we'll be hunting in Pennsylvania. So that's unfortunately the end of this video, but it's not over, and I'm still having fun. Even though I'm all sketchy, I will hopefully be in a better condition the next time that you see me. See you in the next one.